Mic check 1 2. It's the Y2K collector, and yes, I missed out on the first day of the Long Island Retro Expo. I'm a little bit bummed about it, to be honest with you. I went 2 years ago, and I know the best day to go is really the first day because that's when you're gonna find a lot of the good deals, and you'll be able to snag up some of those really hard to find games. I'm interested in going this year because there are some imports that I'm really interested in, and if I can avoid getting them online, I'd like to. So I may sneak in there one day this weekend. I may sneak in there, see if I can find a couple of the games that I'm looking for, and if not, then it is what it is. But it doesn't mean I didn't get to come across some deals, and I'm actually kind of glad with some of what's come in today. Some of these are probably going to get sold because I did use them to take advantage of the promotional deal that GameStop has right now, but I'll go through them with you. First pickup is Persona 5 Strikers. I had this on both the Switch and the PS4 a while ago, sold all of my copies. And for some reason, I don't know what happened with this game. I like it because it is kind of like if it's more of a live action type of game. It's not like a turn-based RPG. It's like an action RPG, which I really like. And it's an Atlas RPG. So like, I'm not sure where the miss was on this one, but I liked it when I had it before. So I picked it back up to get back into it. On the PS4, and it's funny because I've been ragging on the PS4 all year. But today was like the first day that I actually went and picked up some PS4 games in a really long time. So went ahead and snagged that. Yeah. Actually, I think I got a different PS4 game actually the other day. So that might be a lie, but this month has been the first time in a long time I picked up PS4 games. All right, next pickup is The Legend of K. So I actually had this on the PS2 a while back, and I'm a fan of these, like, games where like the main character is some type of humanoid animal, anthropomorph. I don't know if that's what's the term for it when they kind of use these animals as the main characters. I like these types of games, and I liked it on the PS2. And I don't see this very often in any of the GameStops I go to. I hardly ever see The Legend of K. This one was in pretty good condition, so I went ahead and picked it up to take advantage of the promotion that they have, the 4 for 40. Then next up, this is the real game that I really wanted to get, Trials of Mana. This is another one that I had on the Switch actually and sold it. This is actually a pretty cool game. I'm not much of an RPG guy, but this is one that's actually really pretty. I really like this one, and I really like the cover art on this game. It gets me every time. I just love those pastels, and this is one that I want to dive back into as well eventually. And then last but not least, as far as the 4 for 40, Sleeping Dogs. So I actually I found Sleeping Dogs yesterday on the PS3, and when I saw it again today, I was like, I guess I'm just meant to get this game because I'm seeing it 2 days in a row. For some reason, the PS4 version is more. It's $19.99, whereas the PS3 version was only like $6 or $7. So I picked this one up to see if there's any additional content that I'm missing out on the PS3 version. I'm sure the gameplay is better, the graphics are better, and everything like that, but this is kind of like an open world beat 'em up style game, similar to that of like a Yakuza, and I'm a huge fan of those types of games, so wanted to go ahead and snag that up. So another pretty solid pickup there. So wound up getting those 4 for 40. Then, as many of you know, this year I've been picking up the Spider-Man games. I actually picked up Spider-Man 1 and 2 on the GameCube, so I had it there. But I knew Spider-Man 3 had been released on, later model systems like the 360 and the PS3. And so I went ahead and snagged a copy on the PS3. Now I know this collector's edition rather comes with a slipcover, so that was missing from this one, but I got a good deal on this one. I can't remember exactly what it was. I'd have to go back and check, but I got a pretty decent deal on this one. And I know with these games, they actually come not only with the manual, but it also came with like is this lenticular? Someone let me know down in the comments. What do you call this? Where you you know, you have one shade, or if you angle it one way, it shows this, and then you angle it another way, it shows that one. And to me, like, don't get me wrong, I really like Spider-Man, like Far From Home and Homecoming, and I love all the modern Spider-Man movies. But there's something about those early Spider-Man movies from like the early 2000s, like 2002, when we were just being introduced to like the Marvel characters on the big screen. There was just something really special about those movies. And you know, just the acting and the story, you know, just, I know for a lot of people, the original Spider-Man movies were like amazing, and it just takes me back to a different time. So I'm a huge fan of this. This is a great game. It plays great on the PS3, and it helps me to kind of close that Spider-Man circle. So definitely a bunch of Spider-Man games that I was trying to add to the collection. I was glad I was able to find this. I'm sure they had copies of this at Long Island Retro Expo, but was still able to snag that. So cool stuff. Um, then they had this copy of Yakuza Kiwami 2. I think I have part one. The part one that I have, unfortunately, I don't have the slip cover. I need to find that. But this one was complete in box. They had it there at GameStop for 26 uh, and change. Want to be like $27. I thought that this was a pretty good deal for this one. This game, for whatever reason, is averaging between 40 and 45. And I'm a fan of the Yakuza series. More importantly, I like me a good 3D beat 'em up. Sega does it. Sega does it best. When I sold a bunch of PS2 games, I'm so mad. I sold the original Yakuza and Yakuza 2. Really, really upset about that. Have to get those back into my PS2 collection at some point. But was glad about that. So pick that up. And then last but not least, a cheap pickup. This is one of those cheap Xbox 360 games that are really fun to me. I like these kind of like 3D linear style like action adventure games. And Golden Axe Beast Rider is pretty cool. I like it. It can get repetitive and boring after a while, which is probably why it's not like super pricey. But this was a really decent pickup, so I was glad to be able to add this one to the collection as well. So some pretty cool pickups there. Was glad to find those in the collection, or add some of those to the collection. Some of these are going to be flipped. Actually, this one I actually got from my boy. He actually ordered it online. Did not really want it anymore. I guess he tested it out. He tried it, and he wound up just giving it to me. So this one is actually a pretty nice little freebie there. So I'm actually glad about that one. But yeah, I mean, like, look, I'm in a mode right now where I'm just trying to recoup some of like the retro stuff. So that's why you see me grabbing stuff like this. Anytime I can get something for free is always great. Definitely wanted to get the Spider-Man to close the loop on that. And then if I see something pretty decent at GameStop, I'm going to go ahead and pick that up and add it to the collection as well. Yeah, I've got a huge box of games that I'm just building here. So you'll probably see like a bunch of stuff. I've got a box of games that I'm building and putting together for sale because I am going to be doing a bunch of selling this weekend. I'll probably go to well, a lot of my local game stores are closed because they're all down in Long Island at the Long Island Retro Expo. But I may just make my way over to possibly like a GameStop and see what they can give me for that big box of games. And then, like I said, maybe I'll mosey on down to the Long Island Retro Expo and see what I can find. But let me know. It's the end of the summer. I know a lot of, folks that I watch on YouTube have been hitting up, conventions and, the whole, yeah, pretty much conventions. They've been going out there and hitting up the different retro gaming conventions. So I'll see if I can get at least one in before the end of the summer. Let me know if you've had a chance to go to a retro gaming convention. Let me know if you've picked up anything new. It's the Y2K Collector. It's been a crazy busy day. Thank God it's Friday. Man, I am like burnt. It's been a really, really busy work week. So hopefully I'll be able to have some fun this weekend. Let me know what you're getting into, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take it easy.